Hello students, we will continue with the second chapter of class 11 biological classification. So if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. So Aristotle had classified organisms on the basis of simple morphological characters. Aristotle had classified organisms on the basis of simple morphological characters. He classified plants into trees, herbs, and shrubs, and animals into enema and anima. Enema means having RBCs, red blood corpuscles. Anema means not having red blood corpuscles. So Aristotle classified organisms on the basis of simple morphological characters. He classified plants into trees, herbs, and shrubs, and animals into enema and anema. Enema means those organisms which have RBCs, and anema means those organisms which don't have RBCs. In the earlier times, Carolus Linnaeus, who is considered the father of taxonomy, he divided organisms into plantae and animalia. And what was the criteria of his classification? He classified them on the basis of cell wall, presence of cell wall. Those organisms having cell wall, they were categorized into plantae, and those not having cell wall were categorized into animalia. And this system was known as two-system classification. So Carolus Linnaeus divided organisms into two categories, plantae and animalia, and he divided them on the basis of presence or absence of cell wall. Those who had cell wall were categorized into plantae kingdom, and those who didn't have or which didn't have cell wall were categorized into the kingdom animalia. And this system was known as two-system classification, and it was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Now, what was the limitations of two-kingdom classification? What were the limitations of two-kingdom classification? First, it didn't distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Second, it didn't distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Third, it didn't distinguish between autotrophic, photosynthetic, algae, and heterotrophic, non-photosynthetic fungi. So what were the drawbacks of two kingdom classification? It didn't distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. It didn't distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organisms, and it also didn't distinguish between autotrophic, photosynthetic algae and heterotrophic, non-photosynthetic fungi. Now, a three kingdom classification was proposed by Ernest Haeckel. He introduced a new kingdom, Protista, for unicellular eukaryotes. So, the three kingdom classification was introduced by Ernest Haeckel, and he introduced a new kingdom, Protista, which was exclusively for unicellular eukaryotes. The four kingdom classification was proposed by Copeland. It was proposed by Copeland, and he proposed a new kingdom, Monera or Mycota. Monera or Mycota for unicellular prokaryotes. For unicellular. So Copeland introduced or proposed the four kingdom classification, and he introduced a new kingdom, Monera or Mycota, which was exclusively for unicellular prokaryotes. Now, afterwards, now we will study about five kingdom classification. Which was introduced by or proposed by R. H. Whittaker. In 1969. Date is very important here. So the five kingdom classification was introduced by R. H. Whittaker in 1969, and he created a new kingdom, fungi. And he created a new kingdom, fungi, and now he proposed a five kingdom classification. Five kingdom classification. So the kingdoms that were defined by R. H. Whittaker were Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The main criteria used by R. H. Whittaker For classifying organisms were 5 in number. The first one, cell structure. Is the cell prokaryotic or eukaryotic? Second, thallus or body organization. Is the cell unicellular? Is the organism unicellular or multicellular? Unicellular or multicellular? Third one was mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition. Is the organism autotrophic or heterotrophic? Then it was the turn of mode of reproduction. Is the organism sexual or asexual? Is the mode of reproduction sexual or asexual? And the last one, phylogenetic or evolutionary relationship between or among organisms. So the main criteria for classifying organisms used by R.H. Whitaker were cell structure. Is the cell prokaryotic or eukaryotic? Body organization. Is the organism unicellular or multicellular? Mode of nutrition. Is the organism autotrophic or heterotrophic? Or is the mode of nutrition autotrophic or is the mode of nutrition heterotrophic? Mode of reproduction. Is the mode of reproduction in organism sexual or asexual? And the fifth one is phylogenetic or evolutionary relationship between or among organisms. How did the organism develop? So these were the 5 criteria used by R.H. Whitaker to classify organisms. The 6 kingdom classification. It was given by Carl Woese. He was a professor in the Department of Microbiology in the University of Illinois, and he gave this or he proposed this particular classification in 1990. What did he do? He classified Monera into Archaebacteria, and Eubacteria. Then Protista, fungi, plantae, and Animalia. So he divided Monera into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria, and thus we have this 6 kingdom classification. Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. This system is also known as 3-domain system. 3-domain system. Archaebacteria and Eukarya. These are the 3 domains. The domain Archaea contained a single kingdom Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria means the early prokaryotes which live in extreme conditions such as methanogens, halophiles and thermoacidophils or philes, whatever you like to pronounce. Methanogens, halophiles and halophils or thermoacidophils. So the kingdom it is the domain Archaea which contains a single kingdom Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria are known as early prokaryotes which can survive in extreme tough conditions. And the examples are methanogens, halophiles or thermoacidophils, or halophils or methanogens. So this is the first domain. Let us move to the second one. Now the domain bacteria, it has also a single kingdom by the name of Eubacteria. This kingdom Eubacteria, or the organisms belonging to the kingdom Eubacteria, they have peptidoglycan cell wall. What kind of cell wall? Peptidoglycan cell wall. And they have naked DNA. There is no covering of DNA and it is found in coiled form. And it has also glycogen food reserves. So the domain bacteria contains the kingdom Eubacteria which has cell wall. What kind of cell wall? Peptidoglycan cell wall, naked DNA in coiled form, and they have food reserves. What kind of food reserves? Glycogen food reserves. The third domain is eukarya, and it contains all the eukaryotes. It contains all the eukaryotes, and the four kingdoms of this domain are Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. The third domain, eukarya, it contains all the eukaryotes and it includes four kingdoms: Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. So we will continue with this lecture series in the next video. Until then, have a nice day, enjoy yourself, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't done so, and do like my videos and share them.